Out of the twisted steel of a fallen bridge, a new engineering giant is set to rise. After a single ship strike erased a critical crossing in seconds, Maryland is launching one of the most consequential rebuilds in modern American history. A new bridge that will carry the longest main cable-stayed span entirely within the United States. But what began as an emergency response has surged into a $5.2 billion megaproject under intense scrutiny. Costs have doubled, timelines have slipped. What was meant to be a recovery is now a high-stakes test of American infrastructure. If this project struggles, what does that reveal about America's ability to rebuild itself? Today, let's delve into the $5.2 billion Francis Scott Key Bridge rebuild. The Francis Scott Key Bridge opened in 1977 as the final major link in Interstate 695, known as the Baltimore Beltway. Named for Francis Scott Key, who witnessed the nearby bombardment of Fort McHenry in 1814 and wrote the U.S. national anthem. Stretching roughly 1.6 miles across the Patapsco River, it was designed as a continuous steel truss bridge with a central main span of about 1,200 feet. Its high clearance allowed large vessels to pass beneath it into the port of Baltimore, while above, more than 30,000 vehicles a day crossed between southeastern Baltimore County and the city's industrial peninsula. The bridge served a unique and critical function. Hazardous material trucks, barred from the nearby Baltimore Harbor tunnels, relied on the Key Bridge as their primary route around the city. It was not simply another river crossing, it was a safety valve for freight traffic across the mid-Atlantic. The Port of Baltimore, one of the nation's leading ports for automobiles, farm equipment, and bulk commodities, depended on uninterrupted access beneath its span. But like many American bridges of its era, the Key Bridge was built to 1970 standards. Strong for its time, it predated modern vessel impact design guidelines. Over the decades, container ships grew dramatically in size, carrying far greater mass and momentum than engineers of that era could have anticipated. While the bridge's piers had protective measures, they did not meet today's standards for critical maritime crossings. In the early hours of March 26, 2024, the container ship MV Dolly lost power shortly after departing the port of Baltimore. With limited steering and propulsion, the ship drifted toward one of the bridge's main support piers. Despite efforts to regain control, the vessel struck the column, fatally compromising the structure. Within seconds, the truss system destabilized and collapsed into the river. 6 construction workers were killed. The collapse immediately shut down the shipping channel, halting maritime traffic into the port. Highways feeding into the Beltway backed up, and supply chains rippled with disruption. Before we continue, don't forget to click on that subscribe button and like this video, as it's the best way to support this channel. In the aftermath, images of twisted steel and halted cargo ships spread worldwide. Federal and state leaders responded immediately. An emergency declaration unlocked funding, the White House pledged full support, and the Maryland Transportation Authority, alongside the U.S. Department of Transportation, began advancing a replacement plan on an accelerated timeline. From the beginning, officials made it clear this would not be a repair. The bridge would be entirely rebuilt to modern standards, engineered for the scale and force of 21st century maritime traffic. The collapse exposed a broader national issue. Many U.S. bridges over busy shipping lanes were designed decades before today's ultra-large container vessels. The new Francis Scott Key Bridge is intended to set a new benchmark for resilience. Maryland has now unveiled the official design, a striking modern, cable-stayed bridge anchored by 2 tall pylons rising high above the Patapsco River. Suspended between them will be a record-setting main span, the longest cable-stayed span entirely within the United States. By dramatically extending the central crossing, the design reduces the number of piers in the water and creates a wider, more safer navigation corridor for massive cargo ships entering the port of Baltimore. The new bridge will also feature wider travel lanes, full shoulders, and updated safety standards. Massive protective dolphin systems will surround key piers, designed to absorb or deflect vessel impacts before forces reach the bridge itself. The scope of the project extends far beyond erecting a new superstructure. It includes the full demolition and removal of remaining debris, restoration of the shipping channel, construction of entirely new foundations, and integration of advanced monitoring systems. The bridge will likely incorporate sensors capable of detecting structural stress, vessel proximity, and real-time environmental conditions. This is not a replica of what stood before, but a bridge designed for the realities of global trade, a fortified gateway protecting one of America's most vital ports. Construction of the replacement bridge officially commenced in October 2024, months after the collapse and the completion of large-scale emergency recovery operations. The first phase focused on stabilization and salvage. Thousands of tons of collapsed steel were removed from the Patapsco River through a coordinated marine operation involving heavy lift cranes, barges, dive teams, and precision underwater cutting. Reopening the Federal Navigation Channel and restoring access to the Port of Baltimore was the immediate priority. By early 2025, with debris removal complete and temporary navigation restored, the project formally transitioned into its permanent rebuild phase. Detailed geotechnical investigations, riverbed borings, and subsurface analysis advanced, allowing engineers to finalize the deep foundation system required to support what will become the longest cable-stayed main span entirely within the United States. At present, foundation installation and site preparation are progressing under the accelerated design-build framework. Massive drilled shafts are being advanced deep into stable strata beneath the riverbed, forming the structural backbone of the new crossing. Meanwhile, high-strength structural steel and specialized cable systems are being fabricated to support the record-setting span. The next major milestone will be the vertical rise of the permanent piers and twin pylons. Once the towers are in place, deck segments will extend outward in a balanced cantilever sequence, allowing the main span to take shape high above the active shipping corridor below. Peak vertical construction is expected through 2026 and 2027. While the bridge was initially expected to reopen around 2028, current projections suggest completion may extend into 2029 or 2030, as engineering refinements and enhanced federal safety mandates expanded the scope of the build. Constructing a $5 billion record-setting cable-stayed bridge over a live shipping corridor is an extraordinary logistical challenge. Engineering precision, maritime coordination, international supply chains, and environmental compliance must align seamlessly, all while the nation watches. The financial story of the Francis Scott Key Bridge replacement has become as significant as its engineering. In the days following the collapse, Maryland submitted an initial emergency estimate of $1.9 billion to qualify quickly for federal relief funding. At that stage, no detailed design or engineering studies had been completed. As technical analysis progressed and federal safety mandates were incorporated, the projected cost expanded dramatically. The updated estimate now ranges between $4.3 billion and $5.2 billion, more than double the original projection. Officials cite rising construction costs, refined engineering requirements, expanded resilience standards, and federally mandated safety enhancements as primary drivers of the increase. The 2-year delay announced alongside the revised estimate has further intensified scrutiny. Funding is expected to rely heavily on federal emergency relief programs administered through the Federal Highway Administration, with Maryland partnering closely with federal transportation authorities. However, the dramatic escalation has triggered debate over fiscal oversight and early cost assumptions. Critics argue that the original $1.9 billion estimate understated the true scope of a modern cable-stayed megaproject. Supporters counter that immediate submission was necessary to unlock federal aid quickly. Liability and insurance claims against the vessel's owner and operator remain ongoing and could offset a portion of costs, though maritime legal proceedings are complex and may take years to resolve. What began as an emergency reconstruction has evolved into a $5 billion megaproject, one that now stands among the most expensive and closely examined bridge rebuilds in modern American history. Beyond cost and schedule, the key bridge replacement faces practical and strategic challenges. Legal disputes over liability could complicate funding streams. Environmental permitting processes, while essential, may introduce delays. Coordinating construction around ongoing port operations requires careful sequencing to avoid further economic disruption. Public confidence must also be rebuilt. For many Baltimore residents, the collapse was traumatic, undermining trust in critical infrastructure. Maintaining transparency in design decisions, safety measures, and progress updates will be essential to restoring that trust. Yet the benefits of a successful rebuild are profound. A modernized bridge will restore a crucial freight corridor, improving reliability for hazardous materials, transport and commercial trucking. Enhanced pier protection and updated structural systems will significantly reduce the risk of similar disasters. The project will create thousands of jobs in engineering, construction, and related industries. For the Port of Baltimore, the crossing represents long-term economic security. Over its projected 75 to 100-year lifespan, it will sustain billions in trade. More than a transportation link, the new bridge represents a turning point. It embodies lessons learned, standards elevated, and a renewed commitment to safeguarding the vital corridors that keep the nation's economy moving.